Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to the drawing card game tutorial. Today I want to share you how to make the 3D exercise 3. I ever shared it before, but before I'm using a SolidWorks 3D model. Now I want to share you how to make this sketch using the Inventor 3D model. So like in the SolidWorks, I want to make the first section here within the first hole, and we have a dimension of this hole is 95 millimeter outside and 85 millimeter inside. It means that we have shell here within the thickness is 5 millimeter. After that, I want to make the secondary hole within the dimension inside is 30 millimeter and outside is 40 millimeter. Okay, now let's start it to make to create this sketch. Before we are going to make the sketch, we must change first the unit from the document setting here from inch to millimeter. Okay, after that we can go again to sketch here, and we can create here. I want to make XY plane here. After that we can choose the circle here, and we can define the circle here 95 millimeter. After that we can extrude here this circle to be a 55 millimeter. If we see here again on the sketch, the total length of the section is 55 millimeter. Okay, after that I want to make shell here. We can go to 3D model again and choose this shell and choose this face, and we can define 5 millimeter. So if we see on the sketch, the shell has been created here, and on the inside of this section we have a corner here within the fillet is the dimension is 8 millimeter. So we can go to fillet here and we can define 8 millimeter. Choose the edge of this corner and this corner. Okay, so the fillet has been created here. Okay, after that if we see here again, I want to make the secondary hole here within the dimension is 30 millimeter. But the first I want to make the outside of this hole within the dimension is 48 millimeter. So if we see here again, the front face of the secondary hole starting 11 millimeter inside from here, from this face until this face, the distance is a 11 millimeter. So we can choose this face and choose new sketch here. We can finish sketch here. We can try again, choose this face and click plane here, and we can choose offset from plane. So we must change the direction of this plane, and we can input here because the direction is 11 millimeter. So we can define here to check direction is input the minus 11 millimeter. So the direction of this work plane has been created inside to this section. After that we can make sketch here and choose the circle here, and we can define the circle is 48 millimeter. Okay, after that we can go to 3D model again and extrude the sketch, and we can define here the total length of the secondary hole is 88 millimeter minus 11 millimeter. So we have a 77 millimeter, and we can reverse the direction of this section, so they are automatically change the directions. Okay, After that, I want to make the hole within the dimension is 30 millimeter. and choose this face and use cat here and make the circle here, and we can define the circle is 30 millimeter. After that we can go again to the 3D model here, extrude here, and on this boolean we can change this to be a cut here, just the cut, so there are automatically a hole has been created on this cat. Okay, after that we can hide this work plan, and we see again to this cat. Now I want to make the 3 section here within the hole here, within the type strike hole, within the type is M5 multiple 0.8 with the diameter is 4.20 millimeter and the tipping is 8 millimeter. So we can go to Inventor again and create sketch here. If we see here again on the sketch, we have R7 from a half of the circle, so we can making the fully circle and the R to be 7 multiple 2, and there are to be R14. So we can go to circle here and make circle here connected to the center point of this section, and we can define 14 millimeter. After that goes to the circular here and choose this geometry, and our axis here we can choose this center point, and we can input 3 circle here, so the circle has been created here. After that we can go to the 3D model again and choose the extruded, and we can change the boolean here to be a join and choose the half of this hole of this circle, I'm sorry, here and here, and we can define here 11 millimeter. So we can change the direction of this section, choose flip. Okay, so the 3 section has been created here. After that we can make hole here within the type is M5. First we can click here and use cut here. After that we can go to sketch here and choose the project cut edge here and choose this face here. After that we can go to 3D model and choose hole. On this properties, on this type hole, I want to make a type hole, and the sheet I want to make a counter board here, and the type of the thread is unsymmetric, the size is 5, and if we see here again the type of the thread, the design is M5 multiple 0.8. Okay, wait a second, we can see again on this sketch. Okay, after that we can change here this totally length from this head of this counter bore is 5 millimeter, and the tip of this counter bore is 8 millimeter, and distance is 9 millimeter. So we can just here, and here, and here. Now we can see here again, so the counter bore has been created here. Click OK. After that I want to make the 4th section here, and if we see here again we have a top view here within the head of the section. The dimension is 50 millimeter, and we have tab hole here within the dimension is 25 millimeter. And if we see here again on the other of the sketch, the distance of the top surface here until the center point is 110 millimeter. So we can make the new plane again here, and I want to make here and make plane here. The distance in 110 millimeter. After that, we can go to this plane and use cut here. We can try again here. We can finish cut and we can try again. We can delete this sketch here. We can use cut and we can make circle here. The dimension of the circle is 50 millimeter, and I want to make this circle as a center point with this section. So we can go to dimension here again and choose the center point and this point. Because the total length of the section is 55 millimeter, to make this section circle to be a center with this section, we can define 55 millimeter divided by 2, and we have 27.5 millimeter. After that, we can go to the 3D model and choose the extrude here, and we can see here again the thickness of this head is 12 millimeter. So we can change the direction here, and we can define 12 millimeter. Okay. After that, I want to make this face here within the thickness is 25 millimeter. Here we see here 25 millimeter, and we can make sketch here. And if we see here again, the center point, there are already concentric with this face, so we are make the circle here and connect it to this center point. So they are automatically concentric, the circle concentric, automatically concentric with this face. So we can define here, and we can define 25 millimeter. After that, we can go to the 3D model and choose the extrude here again, and the distance we can choose up to neck. So there are already appear here, and click OK. We can hide this plane. Okay. After that, I want to make this hole, this strike tab hole here within we can call this first hole, secondary hole, third hole, and fourth hole here. So we can go to this plane, YZ plane here, and make sketch here. After that, we can go to line here and find the center point of this sketch and make a center point here, center point line here. Okay. After that, we can go to view here and choose the half section view here, and then we can choose this plane and drag down to hide the sketch. Okay. After that, on here, this line change to be a center point. Okay. After that, goes to line here again and make the sketch. like this. We can zoom in again. Okay, after that we can define here within the thickness of this first hole is 3 millimeter. So the dimension here 3 millimeter, and here to here is 25 millimeter. Here to here is 11 millimeter, 14 millimeter here. Let's try again. 14 millimeter, and here to here is 11 millimeter. And you can see here again the total length here from the fourth hole is 38 millimeter. Okay, here is 38 millimeter. You can try again. Here and here is, you can try again here. Here and here is 50 millimeter. Oh, wait a second. You can try again. You can see on sketch again. Oh, 12 millimeter. It means that the distance from here to here because can try again. Here to here because the totally thickness of the section hole is 12 millimeter, so 12 minus 3 we have 9 millimeter. We can delete this. We can delete this dimension. Here to here is 9 millimeter. Okay, and then the thickness of this line to this line is, you can change again. Or we can try again to make this sketch. You can delete it first. We can delete this dimension, and we can trim here. Or we can try again here. We can delete this dimension first. Wait a second. Can delete this sketch, and we can delete here again. Or we can try again 38 millimeter. Okay, they are already created here. And then if we measure here, we can check the dimension from here. until here it's 50 millimeter accept. Okay, so there are already created the strike type hole here. After that, on this view we can back to end section view here and goes to 3D model here and choose the revolve, and on the polygon we can change cut here. And okay, so if we see here again, so the hole has been created here. You can try again here on the view, choose on this selection here, we can choose half section view, choose here. So we can see here the hole has been created here. Okay, after that back to the end section view. Okay. After that I want to make this section, and if we see here the dimension of the one of a side of the section is 102 millimeter and the other side is 46 millimeter, and we have a hole here, two hole here within the same dimensions. Within dimension is 10 millimeter, and this distance from the center point of this hole and this hole is 70 millimeter, and the thickness of this section is 12 millimeter. And we can see here again the distance from this front face here until the center point is 76 millimeter. So we can create the section here, choose here, and we can make plan here, offset plan within the direction is 76 millimeter. After that we can go to the plan tree here and use cut and just the rectangle here. Okay, and we can giving the dimension here, and we can define 46 and 102 millimeter, and we have a fillet here within the radius is R6 here, so we can define here, we can fill here, and we can define 6 millimeter. Click the corner of this gap. Okay. Okay, we can try again. Okay, after that we can define here, and the distance from this face until this face is 35 millimeter. Here to here is can dimension here. You can try again. Here to here is 35 millimeter, and then this face, top face here until the center point here, no, until this face here on the bottom of this section is 161 millimeter. Here from here is 161 millimeter. Okay, after that we can go to 3D model here, choose the extrude here, and we can define 12 millimeter. Change the direction. Okay, so the section has been created here. We can hide this plane. Okay, we can try again here. We have a hole within the dimension is 10 millimeter here, so we can make hole here, create line here, and make center point of the other side here. Okay, and change this line to be a center line. Okay, after that we can make line again here and make center line again. Okay, after that we can make circle here and we can define here. They are already concentric, and we can define 10 millimeter. We can go to mirror here and choose this geometry, and on the mirror line we can change this line. Okay, so the hole has been created here, and we can define this center point. The center point is 70 millimeter. After that we can go again to extrude here and choose this face. So okay, we can try again, extrude here and choose this face, so they're already created here. Click OK. So the hole has been created here, and we can hide this plane. Okay, after that I want to make this solid state here. You can see here again, here within the thickness is 48 millimeter, and here the surface of the top of this solid is 25 millimeter. So we can go to here, new sketch here, and make rectangle here. You can try again. And we can define here 25 millimeter, and here 48 millimeter, and the distance is here from here is 27 millimeter. Here to here is 27 millimeter. After that we can go to 3D model again, choose the extruded, and we can change the direction, and on the boolean we can change to join here and just up to neck. Okay, so the first the 5 section has been created here. After that I want to make the last part here, this, and if we see here again we have the sections within the strike type hole. Within the type of the strike type hole is M10 multiple 1.5, and the diameter is 40 millimeter, and the tip is there are up to neck until the inside of this face. So we can make sketch, and we see here again. Okay, we have a distance here from top face here until the center point is 62 millimeter. So we can make a new plan here and makes 62 millimeter. Okay, after that we can make sketch here, and on this face we can make a project geometry here. So there are already created here the project geometry. After that we can go to here and we can make the circle here, and we can define the dimension is 20 millimeter here within the type of this table. Stack table is M10, so we can define here is 20 millimeter. We can make the center point, and to the center point is a vertical, and the distance is 32 millimeter. We can define first 32 millimeter, and we can make horizontal from this point to this point. Okay, after that we can make line here to connect it this circle to the circle. Okay, and again here the circle to this circle. Okay, after that we can go to trim here and trim this line here. Okay, after that we can go to a 3D model again and choose the extrude here and choose this face here. We can try again. We can choose this face and choose the up to next. So they are already created here. After that, on this face we can create again here, create sketch here, and we can make a project, a cut edge here, and then we can go to 3D model and create hole here, and we can change this design. The size is M10. We can see here again 1 multiple 1.5, and we can change here 10 millimeter, and we can click here, and the tip is we can make 25 here, and we can make here until 45. They are automatically created until this face. Okay, so we can hide this work plan visibility here. Okay, so here they are already created here. After that we can fill here, and we have R8, they are already created, and R4. You can click field here, 4 on this face, and this face, this face too, and this face. Okay, after that we have here within the field is here is 2 millimeter here. Oh, I mean a 4 here, and here 2 millimeter, and here a 2 millimeter field here. So we can field here again, here, and here. Okay, and we can field again 2 millimeter here and here. We can make field one by one here. Okay, and you can see here again we can fill 2 here within the dimension is R42. We can go to field and input 4. Okay, so they are already created the field here, and we have this rib. We can use rib here within the dimension is, you can see, maybe we can try here. The rib is a 6, the dimension is 6 millimeter. Okay, we can go to here and make sketch here. And make line here to this point until this point. Okay, so they are already created here. And after that, goes to 3D model here and just rip here and just this line. We can make the thickness here within the dimension is 6 millimeter here. You can try again. Okay, we can go to here again. You can try again. Just here and rib. Okay, so the rib has been created here. After that, we can go to here with on the tool here, and we can choose the material. I want to make the iron here. Okay, and on this appearance, in space we can try to this to be a white color here. Okay, then this one by one. Okay, okay. So they are already created here. So we have a finished to make this sketch. So you can try to make this a sketch using the Inventor. Thank you very much for watching us make this sketch, and I will find another sketch, and I will try to make the sketch within the Inventor or SolidWorks. Okay, maybe there is enough for me to share the tutorial how to make the 3D exercise 3. So thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.